What's up, Fight Fam? Today's bout is all about the judges. The job of a judge is never easy. Whether a federal court or a sporting event, they have to deliver the best possible decision. And while most of the time they deliver it quite convincingly, at the end of the day, they are only humans. This makes them eligible to make mistakes. And some of those mistakes prove very costly. That's what's been happening in the MMA for quite some time lately. Lately, a lot of judges have come under fire for terrible decision-making. While there seems to be a growing trend of more and more fans calling every fight a robbery, not every fight amounts to a bad decision. However, some of the decisions were outright blatant and were a slap across the face of the fighter falling victim to the scorecards. Some fortunately didn't cause enough damage to turn the decision upside down. So, let's have a look at some of the very questionable decisions delivered by the judges in recent times. Before we go any further, I'd like to say that this list completely depends on my personal opinion and observation. You are completely free to disagree and have a contrasting stand on the issue. I'd also like to show my gratitude and love for the support you guys are showing to my channel and my videos. Truly, watching you guys show me love makes all this hard work worth it. To keep showing the same love till the end of time, smash the like and subscribe buttons and patiently wait for the next video to drop. You can share your thoughts in the comments section and get MMA related discussions going. Now back to the video. Petr versus Aljamain Sterling. Petr is probably the worst hit fighter by the faulty judgments delivered by the judges. This man wasn't involved in one but two such decisions that took the fights away from him. After losing the belt via disqualification for illegally kneeing Sterling right in the face, these two men met once again inside the octagon to settle the score once and for all. This time, Funkmaster looked quite good against his nemesis. However, his game plan strictly revolved around using wrestling to subdue Jan's striking. With this wrestling-heavy game plan, he wasted no time in taking the Russian down and threatening him with a possibility of a rear naked choke by getting his back. He did that every chance he got. However, soon it became pretty evident that all the champ was doing was holding his opponent down and gaining control over him instead of doing some real damage. No Mercy also showed his caliber and made a swift comeback, forcing the fight to go the distance. Now it was the judge's opportunity to deliver an unbiased and honest result. But alas, two of the three judges scored the contest 48-47 in favor of the champion, declaring him the winner by split decision. The third judge gave the fight 47-48 to the Russian. The fight took no time in drawing the ire of fans and pundits alike. Even the UFC president had some harsh words for the officials scoring the bout. Looking back at the fight, Petr threw more strikes than his opponent. However, he was just above in terms of significant strikes thrown. Talking about the ground game, Sterling did manage to take him down twice, spamming 22 takedown attempts. But the point of the debate that follows is that the champion didn't capitalize big on those opportunities and instead chose to hold Jan down. So, should it be given as an advantage? I leave that up to you to decide. OMalley versus Petr. I had said it earlier, Petr is the guy affected the most because of the judges' questionable decisions. His fall of grace can be attributed to such decisions. During his fight against OMalley, he did pretty well considering how he mixed up his stand-up and ground game. While O'Malley did pretty well in the striking department, even knocking Jan down once, it didn't seem like he had done enough to win the fight after scrapping for 15 minutes. On the other hand, No Mercy didn't only take his nemesis down, but he also did some damage there. Throughout the fight, the Russian secured a whopping 6 takedowns. While Jan threw more, O'Malley was quite ahead in terms of significant strikes. However, the ground game told the story of sheer dominance by Jan. Suffice to say, the ground game wasn't enough for the judges to hand over the fight to Jan, as two of the three officials scored the contest 29-28 in favor of O'Malley. The decision was so controversial that even the winner didn't seem to believe that he had got his hand raised. Khabib even went as far as to say that he had scored all 3 rounds 10-9 for Jan. This made the Petr situation even more ironic. He lost the rematch against Sterling because he got taken down. But then in what would be a 180-degree turn of events, he lost the O'Malley fight because he didn't do enough damage on the ground. So, now the question that arises is this: what should a fighter exactly do to win? Holding down a fighter without inflicting damage shouldn't be the winning criterion. This is a very good approach that shows fighters are going to have to do more to get the win. However, Jan's loss against Suga only solidifies that the game is inclining towards striking. Going by either logic taken by the judges in the two fights, Jan should have won one of those two fights. Paddy Pimblett versus Jared Gordon. This fight is a prime example of the fact that certain judges tend to get manipulated by the fan favorite. This is what happened in this fight. All of the judges blatantly scored the contest 29-28 in Paddy's favor, stirring up yet another judging controversy, and rightfully so. As per the fight statistics, Gordon was ahead of Paddy in terms of strikes thrown. However, the Liverpudlian had an advantage of a hair's breadth in terms of significant strikes. What happened on the feet was pretty much even. However, to turn the tides in his favor, Gordon also secured 3 takedowns. Now, what made the judges hand the fight over to the baddie is beyond me. It seems like the UFC is more of a popularity contest rather than seeing who's better. Sandhagen versus Vera. Now, whatever judging controversy we talked about till now can be justified in one way or another. But this one right here will prove to you that blatant judging errors do exist in this game, and they need to be mitigated ASAP. Fight night just recently went down, and it was headlined by an exciting bout between two of the most scintillating fighters in the 135-pound division, Sandhagen and Marlon Vera. The Sandman didn't let his adversary showcase much other than his granite chin, which was indeed impressive. Apart from that, Sandman was better everywhere for every minute during the bout that lasted 25 minutes. To give you some perspective, Sandhagen threw and landed way more than Marlon Vera. Not only did he outstrike the Ecuadorian in every round, but he also proved to be the better man on the ground, with takedowns and ground and pound. Cheeto's only moment was a submission attempt. After 25 minutes, it was evident that the Sandman would have comfortably won every round and the fight. However, only one judge gave him the fight 50-45. The second official probably saw some hidden damage by Vera that others couldn't, as he scored the outcome to be 48-47. Let's not rip into him though. At least he was wise enough to give the decision in Sandhagen's favor. But the last judge, he needs to be urgently fired before he messes up someone's career with his foolishness. The third judge had the audacity to throw the fight 47-48 in Vera's favor. Can you imagine that? No one in their right mind would have done such terrible judging. Luckily, this stupidity didn't affect the outcome and the deserving guy won. And ladies and gentlemen, this is why many fighters don't want to leave it up to the judges to decide the outcome. Being a judge is not an easy task. While they often go unnoticed, they play a huge role in this sport and are irreplaceable. Understandably, they make some errors sometimes. After all, they are only human, just like us. It is also very easy to call every close decision a fluke and throw the blame on them. With that being said, it is high time certain reforms are made in the way judges are scoring the fights. Their decisions hold a lot of weight, and there are hefty consequences for judging errors. So, fight fans, did you like today's video? If you did, then show us some love by smashing that like button. If you are enjoying the content, then spread the word by making our subscriber base bigger. You can do so by tapping on that subscribe button. See you in the next video. Till then, take care.